Welcome to high school hockey action. Hockey fans, Chip Chapman along with Jamie Davis. St. Francis Red Raiders versus the Massena Central Red Raiders. And we are underway from the Massena Arena. Red Raiders, Mike LaPointe, Seth Service. Josh Bandberg out there, along with Frank Joy. Ryan Kerwin. This is Kerwin from the point. A shot. It trickles towards a goaltender, Chuck Gronowski, who makes the save. St. Francis clear. St. Francis, as we said in the opening, only going with about 12 skaters here this afternoon, Jamie. And from the early going, the Red Raiders, they know that, and they're going to probably try to put as much pressure on this St. Francis Red Raider hockey team as possible.
Well, I'll tell you, don't count St. Francis out yet, because they lost only 1-0 last night with only 12 men, so that's darn good, I think, for a 12-man squad right there.
Brooke Tebow in goal this afternoon for the Red Raiders. This is Alvarez, a shot. Tebow looks around, the puck's in the net. And St. Francis get on the scoreboard in a hurry.
Well, I'll tell you, Chip, I don't even think that Tebow knew where the puck was at all. It hit his pad, and he had no idea where it was. And it was one of these deals where it hit his pad, and I think just trickled into the net.
We'll get a look at it again. Here it is. Kind of just a shot on goal by Chris Alvarez. As you'll see Alvarez pick up the errant puck in the zone. He just puts it on net and it gets past Brooke Tebow. And St. Francis lead 1-0. Alvarez. Chris Fatty picks up an assist. From the Red Raiders back in front of the net, Corey David, who had 2 goals here last evening against Rome, had an opportunity there a moment ago. St. Francis now will come to center. This is Laka Prusha. He'll play up along for Kevin Golder, the leading point getter on this St. Francis hockey team. And Golder sends into the Red Raider zone. Now Massena trying to work out of their own end. This is Grisbaum for St. Francis.
We saw the Red Raiders get off to a start like this against Rome last night, and then they really turned it on. So Massena kind of getting off to a slow start, but I'm sure that the complexion of things will change very rapidly right here, being down 1-0.
Head coach John Bowers for St. Francis has George Grisbaum playing defense. That's Grisbaum sending the puck up ice, but too far for a teammate. Ron Smith also out there. He wears number 3. Let's see, they're going with Chris Shamaga up front, along with Jesse Buxton. And also out there is Chet Wright for the Red Raiders. They reply with the line of Jamie Courier, Tim O'Shea, and Scott Service. And on defense, Eric DeRosie and Chad Schneider. Schneider pulls the puck in, goes high in the air. Service comes down with it. Now DeRosie plays it behind the St. Francis net. Chet Wright up along the boards, held in by the Red Raiders. In front, this is O'Shea. Got a man breaking the net, but the pass was behind Scott Service. Here come the Red Raiders of St. Francis. Back out to center. Shamaga can't control the puck. Now the Red Raiders of Massena. O'Shea in over the line, centering in front. But Scott Service was too well tied up on a play. DeRosie, as he went to take the shot, broke his hockey stick, and here comes St. Francis back. Now in front, Red Raiders clear. Held in by Smith at the point. His shot goes off the leg of a Massena player and out to center ice. And because these teams are both nicknamed St. Francis, Jamie, I think we'll go with Massena being the Red Raiders and St. Francis being St. Francis here this afternoon.
Well, they both just made a line change right there at the same time, and it looked like 5 o'clock on Route 37 out in front of the arena there when they made the line changes just now.
Chris Alvarez in over the line. He has a poke checked off his stick by Red Raider captain Frank Joy. Now along the boards, Red Raiders trailing 1-0. We're down to 11:20 in our first period. This is Laka Prusha. Sends into the Red Raiders zone. Frank Joy has the puck. Joy now for Mike LaPointe for Seth Service. Service has Spanberg going with him. Service trying to get past Laka Prusha, who was doing a good job that time. Jeff Laka Prusha, here's a shot right on. And Chuck Gronowski comes out and smothers the puck and holds on for a face-off. Matt DiCarlo played goal last night in a 1-0 loss at Potsdam. DiCarlo collected 23 saves in the 1-0 loss. this afternoon. Chuck Bronowski is in between the pipes. Bronowski, 5'8", 150-pound senior goaltender.
There you see Frank Joy right there. Last night, Frank Joy, he got off 2 or 3 real good shots from the point that had plenty of velocity on them.
Frank Joy last season, his second team All-Northern selection in the Northern Athletic Conference.
I just can't get over, Chip, taking a look at a St. Francis squad with 12 players, only losing 1-0 last night against Potsdam. You would think this team would have been run ragged last night and would have a hard time keeping fresh legs out there tonight.
Corey David tries to play in front, but that was broken up. St. Francis will clear to center. Jason Converse line for Messina last night with a good hockey game. Les Purple, Jason Converse, and Corey David. And the 7-3 win over Rome. Now this is Chris Batty, plays the puck to center. Les Purple going after it there. Purple ridden into the boards by Chet Wright. Purple has a hold of Wright's stick. Now Corey David tries a feed for Tim O'Shea. O'Shea is checked behind the net, loses the puck. This is Ron Smith. Headman's for Chris Fatty. Fatty out of his own zone. A long shot, that's wide of the Red Raider goal. Corey David at his own blue line. For Tim O'Shea, it goes off his skate. This is O'Shea once again. We played 5 minutes in our first period. Nice to have you along with us for high school hockey action here on Cable 24, Edwards Production Sports. Held in his zone. Tim O'Shea, winds, shoots, he scores, and the Red Raiders tie this game at 1-1.
Tim O'Shea, excellent backswing. I'll tell you, if that had been in golf, he'd have hit his drive off the tee 20 miles. What a beautiful shot right in the center, and nobody in the way to obstruct it. And away it went into the net. We'll watch it again on the replay.
Right after O'Shea gets rid of the puck, he is hit. Boom. In the net, and down goes O'Shea. But he'll take the hit as he scores the goal. And the Red Raiders tie this game at 1-1. We'll have to wait to get the call again on that. Now this is George Grisbaum coming out of his own zone. Grisbaum works in over the line, but the Red Raiders take care of him. Now at center ice, O'Shea plays the puck in deep. Tim O'Shea gets the goal. I think Corey David will pick up one assist, and we may have to just check between periods on the second assist. This is Kevin Golder. Golder working in over the line. Golder against Chad Schneider, trying to play it in front. I believe Brooke Thibault got a piece of that in the Red Raider goal. Now St. Francis trying to put some pressure on the Red Raiders. This is Golder with a puck once again. Goal right in front of the net. But Chris Shamaga was unable to direct the puck towards the Red Raider net. Down to 8:45 in our period. Red Raiders might be caught in a line change. This is Shamaga in over the line. Oh, what a good sliding play by defenseman Ryan Kerwin to break up that intended pass in front of the Red Raider net.
That was a huge play by Ryan Kerwin right there. I'll tell you, that shut off anything for St. Francis right there.
Red Raiders have the line of Heath McLean, Joe Weisskopf, and Justin Walsh out there. Now St. Francis have a man coming in front, but broken up by Brooke Thibault, the goaltender, as the Red Raiders here playing a little sloppy in their own zone.
Brooke Thibault kind of upsetting the apple cart there that time.
St. Francis worked the puck to center. Chris Fatty tries to direct into the Red Raiders zone. Now Frank Joy on the stick. Josh Spanberg in on the right side. Spanberg shoots. Went short side, and Chuck Bronowski had the angle covered that time. Now to center ice. Frank Joy for Josh Spanberg. Nice pass, Mike LaPointe. LaPointe on the backhand. A shot, he scores!
Wow, what a beautiful backhand by LaPointe right there. But I'll tell you, Josh Spanberg's the one that kind of set that up. There were two St. Francis players after Spanberg, and a nice headman pass to LaPointe, and he puts it in on the backhand, Chip.
And the Red Raiders lead now by the score of 2-1. We'll get a look at it again.
Here it is. Watch the pass. Spanberg right up to LaPointe. He goes right in on goal and bang.
They give the assist to Mike Dion and Josh Spanberg. Mike LaPointe gets the goal. And it is a 2-1 lead for the Massena Central Red Raiders.
I tell you, Josh Spanberg, for some reason or another, when he's out on that ice, he reminds me a lot of Rick McLeish. His moves and what he does is just a thinking player all the way.
We have a penalty coming up on the play, and it's going to go to St. Francis's Darren Rayom. That penalty comes with 7:23 remaining in our first period. I should mention our referees for this afternoon's hockey game are Mr. Steve Kotzen and Mr. Bill Foster. There we get a look at Darren Rayom, a junior for the St. Francis hockey team, who goes to the penalty box. John Bowers sends out a penalty killing unit here of Chris Shamaga, along with Kevin Golder, George Grisbaum, and Jeff Lakaprusha. Red Raiders now with that first line out there on a power play. Seth Service drops the puck for Spanberg. This is Rochford. Now LaPointe for Spanberg, and he shoots, and it goes off the skate of defenseman Grisbaum. Puck loose in the St. Francis zone, and we get a stoppage in play and some extracurricular activity after the whistle.
Apparently something going on the ice there when they were both down.
Down to 103 on the Red Raider power play.
Spanberg and Shamaga going at each other.
So the Red Raiders, who have goals now in this hockey game by Tim O'Shea. For Tim O'Shea in the season, it's his third goal to go along with 6 assists for a total of 9 points. And Mike LaPointe getting a goal, his 15th, with 11 assists on the season for a total of 26 points. And the puck was moved ahead with a hand pass, and therefore they'll move the face-off this time outside the St. Francis blue line. We have 6:50 remaining in our first period.
I've seen some pretty physical play so far out of both of these teams.
St. Francis 14-0-1 coming into this game, or 14-1-1 now, by virtue of their last night to the Potsdam Sandstoners. The Massena Central Red Raiders 12-3 on the season, but the Potsdam Sandstoners have had an outstanding weekend, and I'm sure the state rankings will change come Monday, as Potsdam have defeated both number 1 and number 2 teams in the state. Potsdam were ranked 6th coming into this week's play in the state, so they've got to move up because they have just played an outstanding weekend. And talking to John Bowers last night, he thought one of the keys to Potsdam's success last night, and of course, as always in a 1-0 win, is the goaltending of Sean Grant. Sean Grant played well here the other night in the 5-4 overtime win against the Massena Central Red Raiders, and he collected 23 saves last night in the 1-0 win. Now the puck loose at center ice. Les Pribble plays the puck into the St. Francis zone, and this is Ron Smith for St. Francis. Nice pass to Chris Fatty. Fatty has Jesse Buxton skating with him, but now Buxton has the puck at center. Buxton will wheel in over the line. He shoots. He scores. St. Francis tie at 2-2.
Well, we're seeing a lot of long shots with a lot of high velocity on them this afternoon. Just a bullet let go right at Brooke T-Ball that caught the short side just to the right of him. Watch this. Just
Brooke T-Ball might have been screened by the defenseman. Didn't get the leg out there in time.
I think you're right, Chip. I think it was
tie.
Excuse me, Chip. I think you're absolutely right. I think he was screened just a little bit right there at the end of that. We're going to watch it once again.
Buxton, one of the leading scorers on this team, picking up the goal as St. Francis tie this hockey game at 2-2. St. Francis worked the puck free behind his own goal. This is Chet Wright. Wright will start out of his own end. He'll skate it to center. Jamie Courier back checking on him. Now along the boards Mike Dion leaves for Jamie Courier. Courier sends the puck to center for Scott Service. He had it tied up in his equipment momentarily and lost the puck. Down to 4:40 in our first period. Here come the Red Raiders breaking out to center, but Smith will play it right back to center ice for St. Francis. Now Tim O'Shea and Strickler, Rob Strickler get involved. We have a penalty coming up on the play to the Red Raiders as netminder Chuck Bernowski going to the bench in lieu of an extra skater. And now we have both the officials with their arms up, and we'll have to see. 4:19 remaining, first period. We'll be back right after this.
Do you have the winter blues? Becoming a couch potato? Well, sit no more. Enjoy the live entertainment and great company at the Hotel Netto, 43 Andrews Street in Messina. On Friday and Saturday, boogie to the sounds of nightlife from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Tuesday nights at 7:30, it's Hardy's Pool Tournament. There's great things happening, great company, and of course, great beverages at the Hotel Netto, 43 Andrews Street, Messina.
Welcome back to the Messina Arena. Jamie Curry goes to the penalty box for roughing, but the Red Raiders may be fortunate here. St. Francis were going to be on the power play originally. However, Chris Fatty took a penalty deep in the Red Raiders zone before the whistle blew. So the teams are skating at four-a-side. Red Raiders going with Seth Servith, Josh Spanberg up front, Frank Joy, Ryan Kerwin. On defense, St. Francis reply here. They're looking for a home run pass, and they've got one. This is Kevin Golder. Golder working in. Golder to the backhand, and Brooke Tebow makes the save that time.
Couple of nice moves right there by Golder, but Tebow staying at home, making the nice save.
Now Josh Spanberg back for the Red Raiders. He fakes a shot, but a good play by Chet Wright to poke check the puck off of Spanberg's stick. This is Chet Wright with a puck. Cross ice, right side. Kevin Golder on his off wing. Can't control a bouncing puck. This is Ryan Kerwin. A pass intercepted by Chris Shamaga. We're down to 3:25 in our first period and 34 seconds left on the penalties. Jesse Buxton intercepts at center, but over skates. This is Shamaga for Buxton. George Grisbaum steps up, plays the puck along the boards in the Red Raiders zone. Ryan Kerwin can't clear. Frank Joy. Joy being forechecked on the play by Chris Shamaga. Behind the net, Buxton takes out a Red Raider, Ryan Kerwin. St. Francis trying to apply some pressure here as these teams play at four-a-side. The penalties will be over now as the players step back out on the ice. Frank Joy behind his own goal for Ryan Kerwin. Red Raiders looking for a face-off here. Ooh, they'll get one now as the net comes off its moorings. 2:38 remaining, first period. We'll be back right after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Bob Post has been there for over 30 years, serving the people of Messina with complete auto, home, and life insurance coverage. If you're not satisfied with your insurance situation, call Bob Post at 764-0189. Let him give you a quote and see the advantages that State Farm can offer you.
Face-off. Coming to the right of goaltender Brooke Tebow, and from the draw, Mike Lapointe plays along the boards. This is Les Pribble at center ice. Grisbaum is taken out of the play by Corey David. Now Mike Dion sends the puck into the St. Francis zone. Ooh, Lacaprucia's checked by Mike Lapointe. Corey David has the puck. Red Raiders changing here a little bit, as you see this line out there right now with Les Pribble, Mike Lapointe, and Corey David. Lapointe set up in front, but Corey David couldn't feed him the puck. Now Lapointe stick handling, but can't get around Chris Fatty. St. Francis have a chance to clear and can't. And Corey David now tries to feed in front, but George Grisbaum knocked that away. Red Raiders can't hold the puck in. P.J. Rochford has to be careful. And Corey David was not outside the zone. And he touched the puck, therefore, offsides calls.
Well, I really didn't expect this to be as physical a game as it's turned out to be, Chip. I don't know about you, but it really has turned out to be quite a physical contest.
It's been a good one so far. 4 goals have been scored in this period, 2 by each team, and there's been some good hitting in this game, and it's just been a a good high school hockey game. And it's, just what a lot of people were expecting from the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state coming into this week's play. Chris Alvarez tries to feed Nick Fatty, who's the brother of number 27, Chris Fatty. From the point, Ryan Kerwin, a shot that deflects off Chet Wright's skate. Wright will feed Fatty, but it's broken up. Red Raiders feed into the slot, intercepted by St. Francis. Ryan Kerwin will have to wait for his teammates to tag up at center ice. Down to 1:15 in our first period. This is Spanberg. Now LaPointe. Mike LaPointe is checked by Golder, but he gives the puck to Seth Service. Service was spun around and couldn't do anything with the puck.
Golder with a heavy check on Mike LaPointe over there.
Now St. Francis work in. Nick Fatty with a puck. Plays into the corner, but the only player there is P.J. Rochford. We have a penalty coming up. 48 seconds remaining. We'll take a look at the St. Francis power play when we return.
Looking for a good time? Then join the Massena Springs Tavern on Thursday evenings for karaoke with Tim. And on Friday and Saturday, dance to the sounds of the live bands. Entertainment 9:45 until 1:45. After work specials Monday through Friday 4 to 7 and on Sundays 4 to 6. Great beverage prices and a good time. That's what makes the Massena Springs Tavern the place to go. Located on the corner of Hatfield and Main Street in Massena.
45 seconds remaining in our first period. St. Francis on the power play. This is Lakaprusha with it. John Bowers has out there Shamaga along with Alvarez. Lakaprusha.
Wait, Frank Joy went off for a minute and a half for cross-checking. That is the penalty to Massena right now with 25 seconds remaining.
Okay. Jesse Buxton also out there on the power play along with Ron Smith. Here's Buxton over the line, rolls it away from Mike Dion. Dion ties him up. Now Shamaga behind the net, feeding in the slot, but too well tied up that time was Chris Alvarez. Now Corey David will play the puck to center. Just 5 seconds remaining in our first period, and that will do it. St. Francis will enjoy a power play for 42 seconds as we start the second period. But we've played 2. And these teams are tied at 2-2, Jamie.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a real physical contest, and I never expected it to be that. I thought we'd see more skating and more shooting than what we've seen so far. And you know what the funny part about these goals, that I think it's been 3 out of the 4 goals that we've seen so far, Chip, have been just long blasts from the point. They haven't been anything that's been really close, although we have seen a couple of real well set up plays out there by both teams in front of the net that just haven't gone in.
2-2 is our score. Red Raiders goal scorers so far in this hockey game have been Tim O'Shea and Mike LaPointe. And we'll recap our period in a little bit. Earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to Red Raiders senior defenseman Chad Schneider. My guest is Chad Schneider, wears number 8, a senior defenseman with the Massena Central Red Raiders. Chad, another athlete who played a fall sport, but you played soccer. Let's talk about the soccer season. You guys had an outstanding season.
Yeah, well, we started out pretty good. Started out since the World Cup was on during the summer. We saw how close, tight passing works well, and we got away from more of the northern type of boom ball. We started passing around more and working the ball, and we got more offensive chances and ended up scoring a lot more than we did last year, and it all ended up pretty good.
Unfortunately, Chad Schneider didn't get a chance to finish the soccer season, I understand.
No, I missed the last 2 games because from constantly pounding on my knee from soccer and lacrosse and playing sports in the summer and stuff, my cartilage got damaged, and I had to take care of that. Plus, I had a cyst in my wrist, too, so I got taken care of that. And I also missed 3 weeks at the beginning of the season, which I came back a little slow, only had 5 days practice before I went down to Buffalo. But after about 3 weeks, it all started coming around, and I think I'm back to where I was last year now.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how you doing at this point? Do you find any problems with the knee?
Every once in a while, it gives me a little trouble. It like twinges a little bit every once in a while, but not too much anymore. It feels a lot better now.
You're one of 5 senior defensemen on this Red Raider hockey team. assess your play defensively so far. Are you pleased with how you guys have played as a unit?
Yeah, we have, like you said before, we haven't let a lot of shots on goal. Goalies are only averaging about maybe 10, 15 shots a game, which helps out our goalies, which decreases the chance for goals. So they'd probably like a lot more shots, but I don't know. We'd rather not have a lot more shots because that lessens the chance of the puck going in.
You know, I asked this in an earlier interview, and I guess I'll ask you the same question, and that's, you know, we haven't had the goaltenders on here yet, but to interview them, but those guys don't take you out and buy you pizza or whatever you want before a game, huh? Because, you know, you guys have done an outstanding job.
Yeah, well, they've shown their admiration for us and, like, thanking us on the bench and during the game, you know, stay in there, keep the guys out front of the net, and don't let too many shots in. Just because it lessens the chance of the goals going in.
Who are some of the tougher guys that you have to try to move out from front of the net in the Northern Athletic Conference?
Well, there's a couple from Potsdam, like John Hoos and Mike McCabe. They're pretty strong in their legs and stuff. And on our own team, Corey David during practice, he's pretty solid, hard to move him.
You don't have many points on this season. I think you've got an assist that our stats show. Are you pleased with the way you've played so far individually this year?
Well, actually, as a defenseman, I don't think it's my real job to really go up there and score. It's more or less us to get the puck out of the zone, and then let the forwards get into their zone and take care of the puck and put it in net.
How about offensively this year? Of course, you guys, the first line has been doing an outstanding job, but there's been other people other than just that first line. Guys like Corey David and Adam Blaze, they've played well. Les Pribble?
Yeah, well, like our top three lines can pretty much play with any other line. And even some of our fourth liners, if they were on other teams, they'd be on like at least their second line or something. I mean, we're just so deep that we can just keep throwing lines at them and just wear teams down.
Chad, what's in the plans after graduation for you?
Well, I applied to about 5 schools. Thinking of maybe playing lacrosse or something like that, if I can. If not, it's not too big of a deal. Just looking to do something like that.
Well, best of luck to you down the road, and of course with this Red Raider hockey team, and best of luck after graduation.
Thanks a lot.
My guest has been Chad Schneider, who wears number 8 for the Massena Central Red Raiders. He's a defenseman. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Edwards Production Sports. Welcome back to the Massena Arena, hockey fans. Chip Chapman, along with my colleague Jamie Davis, is just coming back from getting first period statistics in this hockey game. This game is tied at 2-2 as the Massena Central Red Raiders and the Red Raiders of St. Francis High School out of the Buffalo, New York area. Before we talk about this game, let's recap some stuff that went on last night around in the Northern Athletic Conference. In the OFA tournament, the Northwood Prep Bees defeated Thousand Islands by the score of 5-2 in the OFA tournament. And then in the second game, Malone defeated the home team, OFA, by the score of 3-2. Malone now on the season, 13 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties, and doing an outstanding job in Division II. Jamie, and OFA now fall to 8-9-2 by their loss last night to Malone. In non-league play last night, of course, we talked about this earlier. It was Potsdam defeating St. Francis by the score of 1-0. Aaron Wegar scored the only goal of the hockey game from Tim Kelleher and Jonathan Hoos at the 6:54 mark of the third period. And in talking to John Bowers before the game, he had mentioned that it wasn't really a real hard shot or anything like that. It wasn't a close-in shot. It was a long shot. He's not sure if netminder DeCarlo just had a moment where he wasn't really concentrating or something, but the puck got by him, and that was the only goal in the hockey game last night.
Well, you get one of those games where the tempo is like this throughout the whole game. You almost can be lulled to sleep on a game like that if you're a goalie, and it might have been one of those deals. I'm not saying that the goalie was sleeping, but you know, your intensity level gets up like this, and then all of a sudden it just kind of gets like this, and you can be caught off guard with a long shot like that. And we've seen a couple of those today too, I might add.
And then, of course, last night, in case you missed it, the Red Raiders won last night over Rome 7-3. Recapping the scoring summary in that game for Massena, Les Pribble had a goal and 2 assists. Corey David, 2 goals and 1 assist. And Jason Converse, 3 assists. So as you can see, that line contributed, 3, 6, 9 points last night for the Massena Central Red Raiders in that win. Josh Spanberg had a goal and an assist. Mike Lapointe, a goal and 2 assists. Heath McLean picked up an assist. Seth Service with a goal and an assist. Jamie Courier had a goal last night, and then P.J. Rochford a couple of assists. Tim O'Shea with an assist, and Ryan Kerwin with an assist. So the Red Raiders with a good win last night, 7-3. And then coming into this game, we're tied after 1-2-2. If you want to recap.
Okay, we take a look at the scoreboard and the way the scoring went in that first period of play. Chris Alvarez came up with the first goal of the game at 13:43 from Chris Fattier. The second goal of the game came from Tim O'Shea of Messina, assisted by Courier and Schneider, and that goal came at the 9:48 mark. And then Messina came up with yet another goal. Again, Mike Lapointe, a beautiful one, I might add, in front of the net. Assisting was Josh Spanberg and Mike Dion, and that came at 7:31. And then the last goal that we saw, scored by St. Francis, was by Buxton from Smith at 5:28 of that first period.
So we'll be back with second period action right after this. You're watching high school hockey on Edwards Production Sports. Welcome back to the Messina Arena for second period hockey action here on Edwards Production Sports, Cable 24.
We got lots of sports action coming up in the month of February. We're going to start it all off with high school wrestling as that returns to Edwards Production Sports. Don't forget to tune in each day to find out our schedule on all sports right here in the Messina area, right here on WEPT TV 24. Chip?
St. Francis enjoying a power play for another 26 seconds here as the Red Raiders are a man down. Lacaprucia behind his own net for Ron Smith. Smith, a sunrise pass right on the stick of Chris Shamaga. Shamaga will field Kevin Golder. Golder fakes the shot, gets around P.J. Rochford. Golder in deep, and a good defensive play by Mike Dion to break that pass up. Now to the side of the net, Brooke Tebow had to get down low to make that save, and the Red Raiders clear. Penalized player back out on the ice, and the Red Raiders at full strength.
And Tebow having a little problem with Buxton's little shot right there. It didn't amount to much of anything, but he had a little problem steering that off to the side.
Well, Buxton had a teammate in front of the net, creating somewhat of a screen on the Messina goaltender. This is Mike Dion in his own zone. Held in by George Grisbaum.
I'll tell you why I'm laughing. St. Francis tried to get a line change right there. P.J. Rochford was messing it up.
Red Raiders trying to clear from a scramble in front of the goal, and they finally do. Josh Spanberg, a nice move to get around George Grisbaum. Spanberg's got Mike Lapointe going to the net, but it's broken up. And referee Bill Foster whistles the puck down as he says Grisbaum, I believe, closed his hand on the puck. Therefore, we'll have a face-off to the right of netminder Chuck Branowski. There you get a look at George Grisbaum.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That was a weird deal in front of P.J. Rochford, right down in front of the St. Francis bench. Everybody getting off the St. Francis bench.
Now we have Les Pribble mixing it up, along with Jason Converse and Corey David in there.
A little bit of a scramble there. Boy, the physical play. I never expected to see the kind of play we're seeing out there right now, but it's got very physical, and two people are going to the box.
Pribble goes to the box along with Chet Wright of St. Francis. They each go for a minute and a half. 13:21 remaining in period number 2. From the draw, Frank Joy trying to keep the puck in. He does to Corey David, but now broken up. St. Francis skate at the center. Chris Alvarez can't catch up to the puck. This is Jamie Courier. Hitting after the whistle, the penalties. Frank Joy. Now for Jamie Courier. This is Ryan Kerwin. Headmans for Courier. Winds and takes a shot off the skate of Ron Smith. Now at center ice and moving in is Alvarez. Alvarez is tied up in a good play by Frank Joy of the Messina Central Red Raiders. Ooh, now Ryan Kerwin is checked on the play by Kevin Golder. This is Corey David back for the Red Raiders. David all alone, though, as the Red Raiders on a line change. David tries to feed in front. This is P.J. Rashford. Rashford's shot deflects off of the leg and into the corner. Red Raiders center in front, but nobody there. And for St. Francis, Ron Smith feeds Darren Rayom. Nice drop pass for Golder. Oh, and he lets go a shot. And the rebound, Golder gets right to the side of the net, but couldn't direct it in the net.
Wow.
Kevin Golder, a good hockey player. Take a look at, you can get a look at that shot that Kevin Golder took a moment ago.
I don't know how that got by the net without going in, to tell you the truth, Chip.
Watch Kevin Golder and watch the snapshot he takes if we can get a look at it again. He really fires the puck.
Boy, he really let that go, and it's really, here it is once again.
Look at that nice snapshot.
Here's the second shot. Look at that. It's amazing that puck didn't go in the net.
Good hands.
Going for the upper right-hand corner there, but it just didn't pan out. Both players that were in the penalty box are back out again.
So the teams are back at full strength. Nice breakout pass for Messina. Mike Dion leaves for Les Cribble. Cribble will skate to the bench as the Red Raiders trying to get that first line back out. And they do. Mike LaPointe steals the puck. And he has it right here. LaPointe working in, shoots. Mike LaPointe scores.
And he's bombarded by tennis balls. It must be when you score your second goal, you get tennis balls.
And it is now a 3-2 Red Raider lead. Here we get a look at it. LaPointe stole the puck. Had time as he was all alone in the slot and beat goaltender Chuck Bronowski to the stick side low, and Messina lead 3-2.
Great second effort by LaPointe to get that puck away. There it is once again. Stole the puck, stayed right with it.
Any objects onto the ice. If it happens again, it will result in a minor penalty on the home team.
As we're waiting for the call on the goal, LaPointe will pick up his second goal in the hockey game.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Here it is once again. LaPointe right in. Great second effort for him. First he gets the steal, and then he goes right in on net and takes a beautiful shot. Now 3-2, I believe, in favor of Messina. And I got to say, the second effort on LaPointe's part, the first stealing it away and then going right in on net like that.
Number 7, Mike LaPointe, assisted by number 19, Josh Spanberg.
Spanberg picks up the assist, LaPointe the goal.
And once again, we do ask you not to throw things on the ice.
Ooh.
If you come down to the games. It'd be pretty dangerous, can't it, Chip?
Yes, there's no doubt about it. And this has been about almost the third game now that we've seen that. And the Red Raiders are going to be called for a penalty for it, probably for whatnot, delay of the game or whatnot. But it's going to come sooner or later. Now the Red Raiders controlling P.J. Rashford behind his own net for Mike LaPointe. A pass for Seth Service. Oh, Service is run into by Golder. Kevin Golder is an outstanding hockey player. Good speed, good hands, not afraid to throw his weight around.
They have a very talented squad.
This is Buxton, a shot. Ooh! Shot by Mike Dion, that is, and it just went wide of the mark.
Dion kept that low to the ice, too. They're pretty tricky when they stay on the ice.
Tim O'Shea steals the puck, but out of his net is Chuck Bronowski. To clear before the Red Raiders can get a shot on goal. Now St. Francis send the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Frank Joy. A pass for Mike LaPointe, who will direct this one right on net. Bronowski has to make the save, so icing is waved off. Now, this is Chris Fatty. Fatty shooting. Sticked away by Brooke Tebow. Tebow out of his net momentarily there to try to clear. This is Lacaprucia. Lacaprucia skating around the net. Trying to feed in front for Alvarez, but it went off the skate. Now from the point, a shot deflected wide. Chris Fatty, Nick Fatty once again. Here's a shot.
Oh, what a save by Tebow right there, right between the pads.
And we have a penalty coming up. Interference will be the call.
And I think it's going to be on Joy, and that's who it is.
And we'll get a look at the save one more time on Nick Fatty.
keep your eye on
Fatty was going for the 5-hole between the goaltender's legs, but Tebow was quick to cover up.
Messina penalty to number 3, Frank Joy, at minute 30.
Boom.
Frank Joy from behind there, so he will have a seat in the box for a minute and a half and be a fan for a while.
Yes, as St. Francis will be on the power play. Kevin Golder will be out there along with Darren Rayom, Ron Smith. This is Smith moving in. Smith fires a shot. P.J. Rochford dove out there and got his stick on that puck just as Smith was letting go and deflected the puck out of play. John Bowers also has out there Chris Shamaga and Jeff LaPusha.
There you get a chance to take a look at head coach John Bowers.
Here's a shot, they score. St. Francis just put a puck on the net, and Brooke Tebow had trouble handling it. That is a power play goal, Jamie.
And that was, that goal went through a maze of players, by the way.
But I think Brooke Tebow just missed the puck, I think. That's what it appears.
Here it is again.
There's the shot, and Tebow stuck his glove out there, but just didn't catch it.
Another one of those long-range shots, Chip.
We are tied at 3-3. 9:28 remaining in our second period.
St. Francis' goal scored by number 25, Jeff
Lacaprucia.
Number 10, Kevin Gold.
So St. Francis tie the game once again. St. Francis will come to center. Golder in over the line. He's got Shamaga going to the net. This time, Tebow deflects the puck out of play.
Well, it seems, Chip, as if each time Messina has got a goal, St. Francis has come right back within about a minute and a half and answered with another goal themselves. So a pretty even contest out there, a very physical one, too.
Okay. Power play goal for St. Francis.
There you get a look at Coach Tim Long of the Messina Red Raiders.
Red Raiders were Section 10 Division I champions a year ago. And Northern Athletic Conference champions. Now, Shamaga playing the puck behind the net. This is Converse. For Les Pribble. Too far for him. And Grisbaum back in his own end. Being checked by Corey David, and David just slides him out of the way. Some heavy hitting going on right now. We have a penalty coming up. Lacaprucia gets up and he looks at one of the Red Raiders. Referee Steve Kotzen keeping the team separated, but we have an elbowing penalty coming, and it's going to go to Jeff Lacaprucia of St. Francis. Corey David with a big hit a moment ago. On St. Francis is George Grisbaum.
Here you get a look at Jeff Lacaprucia in the penalty box over there. And both teams have really turned up the volume as far as physical play goes.
8:49 remaining in our second period. We are tied at 3-3. Red Raiders on the power play with Dion and Rochford at the points. And it's Josh Bandberg, Mike LaPointe, and Seth Service up front. This is Dion feeding for Rochford. St. Francis going with a penalty killing unit here. Chris Fatty, along with Chris Alvarez and Chet Wright. Here we'll get a look at the hits that took place a moment ago. Corey David with a real big hit.
And Corey taking one.
Lacaprucia.
St. Francis penalty to number 12, Jeff Wright.
Then the discussion after.
Yes. And now we have another penalty called to St. Francis. So they are now down 2 men here as the Red Raiders with a 2-man advantage. And this is Josh Spanberg. Spanberg wheeling in over the line. Spanberg shooting. Short side, deflected off the stick of Chris Batty and out of play. As I believe it's Chet Wright who's also in the penalty box for St. Francis on our Brazier Quick Stop scoreboard. We are tied. Service will take the draw. 54 seconds left on the Red Raider 2-man advantage. This is Mike Dion taking a shot. That goes off the body. Now in front, save made by Barnowski. St. Francis clear the rebound. Rochford across for Dion. Ooh, almost intercepted. Here's a shot kicked away by Barnowski. Spanberg in the corner. Josh Spanberg for Dion. For Rochford. Back to Dion. Dion shooting. Bad save.
That's the second time Dion's tried to go for the short side there.
This is Spanberg trying to feed service. Spanberg once again. Now for Dion. Oh, a pass intended for LaPointe. Goes off the skate of Ron Smith. 9 seconds left on the Red Raider 2-man advantage. Rochford feeds in front and a puck rolls right by the St. Francis goal.
Took one of those funny hops.
Here's a shot. Barnowski gets his blocker on that. And now we have Lacaprucia picking up the puck, but it's whistled down. And St. Francis with just 14 seconds left now on the second penalty.
And I am really kind of interested to find out why that was whistled down like that.
Because we'll get a look at it again.
We'll
and
watch it once again.
The
now.
player comes out of the penalty box, and it's like he's got to skate back into his own zone in order to be tagged. They call it tagged up, but John Bowers. .707 remaining here in our second period. Now Les Pribble in. Pribble shoots, save made. The rebound, and what a stop on Jason Converse. Oh, Chuck Barnowski.
What a couple of great saves that was right there.
Barnowski had his momentum going backwards. He was falling down on the play, and Jason Converse shot the puck, but Barnowski got his pad on it. So St. Francis successfully kill off the Red Raiders 2-man advantage. And now it's Brooke Tebow down at the other end making a save.
Oh
And
my,
he's gonna
after the
cover up.
play. And that, I don't know, I think somebody may go right there. That happened after the play. I was keeping an eye on that little schmozzle.
And it's Buxton, I believe. Yes.
Watch these two saves by the St. Francis goalkeeper. They were beautiful. There's the first one, and then the second one right there. Just unbelievable. Like you said, he was falling away, Chip, on that one.
Les Pribble and
Here it is again.
Jason Converse were both stopped right there. Some fine goaltending by Chuck Barnowski.
I think Pribble wanted to get that puck up off the ice a little bit and stick it in the upper part of the net, but he couldn't do it.
Well, he might have been in too deep that time, too, in
And
order to
somebody already over, 2 players over in the box, and that occurred way after the whistle.
Jason Converse, a minute 30 remaining after the whistle. St. Francis, assistant penalties. Number 8, Jesse Buxton, a minute 30 for roughing.
do that. So Buxton goes for roughing. Converse goes for hitting after the whistle. The penalties come with 6:26 remaining in our second period.
And in my opinion, that was a little bit of silly activity after the whistle that time. That was way after the whistle that occurred.
From the draw, Tim O'Shea tries to clear, held in. But now Chet Wright will have to wait for his team to regroup at center, as they will be called for offsides. That allows the Red Raiders to clear. Mike Dion to center ice, but Chet Wright is there. St. Francis with only 12 skaters and 2 goaltenders that have made the trip from the Buffalo area.
They have a number of injured players on that team as well, Chip.
Yes, they do. We have a player who has a broken collarbone. Kevin Hansen, another one of their top players, was involved in an infraction late in the game the other night on Thursday. The Red Raiders, I think, are going to be called for a penalty. And it's going to be Tim O'Shea who's going to go for holding. There you get a look at the Red Raider forward, Tim O'Shea. And getting back to my talking about Kevin Hansen. Hansen was pushed into the goaltender late Thursday night in a game that St. Francis played in, and then from there an infraction ensued, and I believe he might have been kicked out of the game for fighting or whatnot, and so he's missing this trip up here this week.
Yeah, that game against Williamsville East too, and another tough team in that division that they play in. They have 4 private schools and 4 public schools that play in that division.
Yes. And St. Francis play in the league, but they are really not part of Section 6. Now Josh Spanberg. Spanberg in front. Poke checked away. Where's the puck? It's cleared by St. Francis.
Josh Spanberg. Unbelievable.
Josh Spanberg loves this open ice because he really can use his skating skills and his speed to his advantage. This is Kevin Golder. Golder loses the puck. He's down on his knees, and he still backhands the puck on net. Brooke Tebow has to make a save, and Tebow will cover up. 48 seconds left on the penalty.
Some great... Here's Spanberg coming right in here, and boy, I'll tell you, Josh Spanberg, he is having one phenomenal season for the Massena Red Raiders right now.
And we understand that Ryan Kerwin has just left the ice surface here at Massena, and he is back in the locker room, so we'll have to see if he is injured or whatnot. Our score 3-3, 4:42 remaining in our second period. Mike Lapointe in over the line. Lapointe trying to feed in front. He has the puck. But the Red Raiders are short-handed. Lapointe, though, plays the puck blindly back to center and right on the stick of Kevin Golder. So this is Smith. Now a pass for Fatty. Nick Fatty had a bounce off his stick and into the corner. 18 seconds left on the Red Raider penalty. This is Lakaprusha behind the net for Smith. Also out there is Nick Fatty, along with Chris Alvarez and Kevin Golder, the power play unit. Now the penalty, or the power play for St. Francis has expired as the Red Raiders back at full strength. O'Shea now for service, and his one-handed shot as Seth Service was tied up, let go of the stick with one hand and put the puck on the net with the other. 3:50 remaining, second period. We'll be back right after this.
Portions of this broadcast are brought to you by TVI Warehouse, reminding bowlers to watch the TVI Monthly Bowling Show each month on TV 24 and find out how you can win great prizes and money by qualifying each month on TVI's Monthly Bowling Show.
Face-off will be to the left of Chuck Bernowski. There you see our score, and a Brazier quick stop. Scoreboard, the Red Raiders score.
And again, another one of those long-range drives again, Chip.
So the Red Raiders go back out in front by the score of 1-0, or by the score of 4-3 now. There you got to look at some of the fine crowd that's on hand this afternoon for high school hockey action.
Well, I'll tell you, we want to take a look at that again and take a look at how far away that shot was taken.
Corey Davis by number 8, Chad Snyder, and number 17, Jason Converse.
I believe they said David with a goal from Schneider and Converse. We'll try to get a look at it again. This is Shimagi. He's checked by Converse. Now Pribble, Les Pribble for Corey David. 1-on-1, now 2-on-1. Jason Converse joins the play. Converse lets a shot go. Brownowski makes the save with a couple of Red Raiders flying in towards the St. Francis goaltender. we get another stoppage in play.
You know something, Chip? We take a look at here. Jason Converse coming right in like that. Jason Converse is starting to get more and more ice time. I think they're trying to get a little more out of him.
He has played well, Jason Converse, in his last 2 games.
Yes, he has.
On our Brazier Quick Stop scoreboard, there you see our score, Red Raiders leading by a goal.
And we've still got a whole nother period to play.
Converse off the draw, Chad Schneider. From the point, a shot through a maze of legs, but did not reach the net. Now it's centered, Schneider once again. Schneider in over the line, spun around. Puck comes to Les Pribble. He fires the shot, and Branowski makes the save. Corey David kind of gives Branowski a little tap as he goes by.
This is the physical line that was out there just now, the muscle line that the Red Raiders has.
Tim O'Shea now with Jamie Courier and Scott Service out. Chad Schneider staying out there on the ice along this time with Frank Joy as the Red Raiders without the services right here of Brian Kerwin. We'll have to try to find out. Red Raiders touch the puck. We have a penalty coming up. Maybe to Jamie Courier, and it's going to go for holding. Jamie Courier goes to the penalty box. So St. Francis.
Well, I'm surprised that, yes, Chad Schneider is going. I see the referee come flying across the ice and point at Chad Schneider, and I think it happened after the Courier incident. And we'll have to wait for the official announcement on this one. I have no idea what happened with the Courier incident, but I knew that the referee skated clear across the ice and pointed at Chad Schneider.
Number 10, Jamie Courier, minute 30 for holding. And
So
number
Courier-
8, Chad Schneider, minute 30 for slashing.
Courier goes for holding and Schneider goes for slashing. The Red Raiders now find themselves down by 2 players here as St. Francis with a 2-man advantage. Kevin Golder, Chris Alvarez, Darren Rayom up front. Tebow breaks up that attempted centering pass. Lacaprucia and Smith play the points for St. Francis. The Red Raiders have PJ Rochford, Josh Banberg, and Mike Dion out there. This is Brooke Tebow. Tebow has trouble with a puck, and St. Francis score.
Wow!
St. Francis pick up another power play goal.
And we've got sticks and everything all over the place out there.
As a power play goal.
We're going to get a chance to see it once again, Chip. Look at the flurry in front of this net.
Brooke Tebow failed to clear the puck right away as he had trouble with it, and the St. Francis player stole the puck and did the old wraparound, put it in the net.
Watch the St. Francis player. He probably can't believe it. He says, "Thank you very much. I'll take care of that."
He puts it in the net. We're tied at 4-4.
Well, those things happen. I've seen a lot weirder goals than that, but
So the Red Raiders will have 1 player come out of the penalty box. They are still a man down, as that's the 2nd power play goal in this game, I believe. Yes, it is St. Francis.
Scored by number 17, Chris Alvarez, assisted by number 3, Ron Smith, and number 25, Jeff
Alvarez from Smith and Lacaprucia. And our score is 4-4. Down to a minute 50 in our 2nd period. We hope you're enjoying this telecast live here on Edwards Production Sports. It's been an exciting one. 4-4, St. Francis and Messina. Kevin Golder, still St. Francis on the power play. Lacaprucia. Now for centering pass in front. Chet Wright was trying to set something up in front. Now a nice move by Alvarez, feeding Lacaprucia, who's in deep. This is Kevin Golder. Mike Dion checks Lacaprucia. Kevin Golder has a penalized player back on. Red Raiders back at full strength. And now we have a whistle, and
Lacaprucia, I think, is going off.
I think it might be holding.
I think you're
Yes.
right, Shep. That's exactly what it is.
Mike Dion had checked Lacaprucia behind the net, and I think Jeff Lacaprucia held on to Mike Dion a little bit longer than he should have. As referee Bill Foster detected that, blows the whistle.
Usually you see an objection from the player, but there was no objection from Mike Dion for some reason.
And we have to wait and see here as there are two St. Francis players in the penalty box now.
Well, I do not know where the second penalty came from.
That's it.
Here's the announcement.
25, Jeff Lacaprucia. A minute 30 for holding.
Lacaprucia goes for holding.
Another penalty to number 16, Darren Raymond. A minute 30 for slashing.
Well, again, the slashing call, and that's the second one we've seen called in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and I haven't seen them.
But the important thing is that the referees, Bill Foster and
They
Steve
saw
Kotzen,
them.
have seen them.
And now the scientific part of hockey comes together with the line changes and what they're going to put out there for a line.
And Tim Long is very upset at this point. With the Red Raiders, let's see as we play hockey once again. Red Raiders with Spanberg, Service, LaPointe, Rochefort, and Frank Joy. Here's a shot sticked away by Baranowski. Frank Joy has it. 50 seconds remaining in our second period. It's been penalty filled, and it's been a wild period. Lots of penalties. And
We've had a lot of them.
we've seen some goals, and some strange goals at that. This is Spanberg. Tying the puck up along the boards with Chris Batty. Now Chet Wright in there. Red Raiders work at 3. Frank Joy. Now for Rochefort. Across ice, intercepted, but St. Francis can't clear. 20 seconds remaining in the second period, and 38 seconds remaining on the penalties to St. Francis. Red Raiders trying to feed in front, but the pass just wasn't fast enough, hard enough for Messina to be able to do anything with. Here's a deflection in front by Seth Service. Baranowski makes the save. Another shot at
my!
and just as a whistle goes.
Oh, now we're going to get some activity in the corner now for sure after that. Mike LaPointe was knocked down in front of the net there rather hard from the back, and then there was a vicious rumble in the corner. Officials are there. Let's watch it once again. Here's LaPointe in front of the net. Now watch from behind here. I don't know whether you're going to get a look at it. There it is right there. LaPointe goes down. Now watch this after the play. Whammo! And
that was just as the buzzer was going, and as Chris Fatty was knocked down by Seth Service right after Mike LaPointe was checked by a St. Francis player. So we have played 2 periods here from the Messina Arena. It's been a wild and woolly one here. 4-4 is our score. Tim Long. I can't hear the saves. So we will step away.
Well, coming up next, we had a chance to talk to 2 of the fellas who are with the Messina Red Raiders Basketball Booster Club, and that interview is coming up next here in our second intermission.
With our score 4-4, it's been a very entertaining hockey game. It was tied 2-2 after 1, and another 4 goals in that second period, Jamie.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a high-scoring affair, and you know what? I never expected it to be a high-scoring affair like this. You know, you take a look at the style of play that we saw, and it's just both teams have really turned up the volume. But I've got to say this about St. Francis. I am very, very much impressed with a 12-man team like that, having that kind of stamina, playing a game last night and then coming into today. I never expected to see this out of them.
Well, we're tied. They've got 2 power play goals in this game. Let's recap the scoring a little bit in the game. Tim O'Shea has a goal in this game. Mike LaPointe has 2 in this game for the Red Raiders. Corey David also has picked up a goal. Jamie Courier, Chad Schneider has 2 assists. Jamie Courier assists. Josh Spanberg has 2 assists, Mike Dion an assist, and Jason Converse. Those are the point getters for the Massena Central Red Raiders. These teams are back out on the ice. Lots of penalties in that second period.
Yeah, there certainly were, and I think it was either 10 or 11 penalties in that period. So, but a lot of what happened out there, there were 2 power play goals in that period, scored both of them, I believe, by, well, wait a minute, St. Francis had 1 and Massena had the other.
St. Francis had 2 power play goals in that period.
St. Francis did have both of them in that period. So I'll tell you, the penalties have had an effect on this contest.
So it'll be an interesting 15 minutes coming up here in the third period as we are tied at 4-4, and we'll have to, there you see our score on the Brazier Quick Stop scoreboard.
We might want to take a look at the saves in that period too, Chip. We take a look at the saves. St. Francis had 13, Massena had 10, and the goalies were definitely busy in that last period.
No doubt about it. So it will be an interesting final 15 minutes here.
Well, don't forget, coming up this week, more TVI monthly bowling, as we have the TVI monthly bowling show. That'll be coming up this coming week. Of course, the regular singles event, and I believe the ladies are on this week. You'll want to tune in for that. Just check our program schedule each day right here on WEPT Channel 24 for the time for TVI's monthly bowling show. Chip?
As we mentioned, Tim O'Shea picked up goal number 3 here so far in this hockey game. Goal number 3 on the season, that is. Mike LaPointe has goals 15 and 16 on the season with his 2 in this game. And Corey David picked up his 9th on the season so far. As we start this third period, the St. Francis Red Raiders will be down 2 men for another 19 seconds. And we were unable to find out, but Ryan Kerwin may have injured his shoulder. And I don't know if he came back out onto the... he's probably not going to be playing the rest of the game. We'll have to just wait and see if he picks up a shift in the early going or...
I did not see him come out
of the game. No, I think he is.
I don't think he came out back to the bench again, Chip. I have not seen him yet. So we hope that this is not an injury that'll keep him out the rest of the season. If it does, he will be really missed by this Massena Red Raiders squad.
So here we go, third period action. Happy to have you along with us here on Cable 24 for live high school hockey action on Edwards Production Sports. Cable 24, St. Francis have successfully killed off the Red Raider 2-man advantage. Spanberg along the boards being watched by Fatty. Josh Spanberg.
I just checked the penalties in that last period, Chip. We had 12 of them.
Now in front, broken up. This is Jeff Lacaprucia along the boards. Then Chris Fatty comes away, but Fatty has ridden out the puck immediately. Now Massena in their own zone. This is Mike Dion. Dion spun around. Ooh! Kevin Golder was hit and knocked down. Now here comes Massena 3-on-2. Spanberg in. Spanberg shoots wide of the mark. He had Mike LaPointe going to the net. Elected to take the shot. Now Golder coming back 2-on-2 with Chris Alvarez. Kevin Golder was stopped right there by Frank Joy. And we have a whistle. And let's see what we have.
I don't know what we have, but this is the first time I've seen the referee either call a penalty and the players are able to skate inside that red circle over there.
Maybe a bench minor?
Yeah, very well could be. He was hollering to the bench. We'll have to wait and see. Officials over here to the side at the St. Francis bench, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Apparently not. They don't have a penalty here, but apparently they've been given a warning of some kind.
We are just waiting here to find out what...
I think what is going on here is, and this is the second time we've seen it, where the home team has the final line change. Too many men on the ice.
Rob Strickler will serve the penalty. for St. Francis. So the Red Raiders are on the power play. They have Converse, David, Tribble, Frank Joy, and P.J. Rochford out there on this power play unit. This is Jeff Lacaprucia stealing a puck. Lacaprucia will skate it to center with Shamaga. Now Frank Joy recovers for Messina. Joy will skate it to center now for Corey David. And Corey David was offsides. 12:59 remaining. Third period. We'll be back right after this.
Come to the hall that started it all, Billy's Bingo Hall. They now offer Midnight Madness. Cards are on sale at 10:30. Bingo starts at 11:30. Same game schedule as day and evening sessions. Enjoy the snack bar and bingo 7 days per week with a guaranteed winnings of $3,400 per session. You can catch Midnight Bingo on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Billy's Bingo Hall is located on Route 37 in Hogansburg.
Red Raiders with 36 seconds remaining on the power play.
We were talking off camera there during the commercial about how weird this game has been, and it has, Chip. You hit it right on the nose.
We have seen lots of penalties. We have seen some strange goals in this game. Red Raiders, Spanberg now in front for service, but it's checked off his stick. Frank Joy a shot. The rebound. Service couldn't quite control. Oh, what a save by defenseman Smith. Ron Smith, as the goaltender Chuck Bronowski was down, and Ron Smith made a great save to keep this game tied at 4-4. Now the Red Raiders in front, and Bronowski with an outstanding save as Chuck Bronowski dove across the crease to keep the puck out.
Well, we've got some fantastic saves by the goalie to keep his job now, as the defenseman is looking for a job as a goalie now for St. Francis. And when we get a chance to look at it again, just unbelievable saves by the goalie. He kind of had to make restitution after that save the defenseman made here, trying to keep his job.
Chuck Bronowski with just an outstanding job in net during that sequence for St. Francis. We are tied 4-4, down to 12. Well, now the clock's not moving, so they have not started the clock.
Well, now, Chip, we can say that we have seen it.
And we are stuck at 12:08, and I don't know if they've noticed that or not, but now they have. And then over the line, Tim O'Shea, he's taken down.
Now, I don't know. I don't think there'll be a penalty shot there at all. The crowd wants one, but I don't think so this time. We're going to watch that flurry in front of the net again. Here it is. Watch this save right here, but the defenseman makes a grand save here. Look at that.
Ron Smith with a great effort. And then watch the save coming up.
There's the shot right here from, I believe it was Dion. And then that other save, and here it is.
Right here. And is it on? It's on Spanberg, too.
Yes, Josh Spanberg, and he had a wide open net, and the door closed just as fast as it opened right there. Oh, baby.
Face-off will come to the right of netminder Bronowski. From the draw, this is Dion for Rochford. He fires a shot, save made. The rebound, and service backhands it wide. Hooking is a penalty to St. Francis as the Red Raiders on the power play once again. It is Chris Alvarez out there along with Chris Shemega for St. Francis. Chet Wright also out there, killing off this penalty, along with Jeff Lacaprucia. And now we have another whistle. And another penalty coming up.
And this may go to Mike LaPointe, and he's not real happy with it. And that's who it is. Mike LaPointe's going to the box.
So the Red Raiders, who had 53 seconds remaining on their power play, lose the power play as Mike LaPointe is penalized.
And somebody else.
No, it looks like it's coincidental minors. It's called, okay?
And
so
Chris Matty is, it's Lacaprucia that's going in there.
All right, so coincidental minors means that the Red Raiders are still on the power play. for another 53 seconds.
And Lakaprusha has spent a lot of time in the box today. I think that's who it is over there. And that is...
Okay.
That is Lakaprusha's third penalty of the game right there.
Team penalties, number 7, Mike LaPointe, minute 30 for hitting from behind.
LaPointe goes for hitting from behind.
Penalties, number 25,
Lakaprusha.
Jeff Lakaprusha, minute 30 for roughing.
So roughing was the call to Lakaprusha. And the Red Raiders a moment ago, Chad Schneider shot a high one. And Chuck Bronowski went out and made the save and held on for a faceoff.
Shamaga and Corey David getting at each other there, and the official saying to Corey, now, be nice out there.
From the draw, Frank Joy plays the puck on net to save. The rebound and the Red Raiders score. It's a power play goal. Jason Converse.
And there's Jason Converse, and we've been talking about him, Chip. He has had a lot of ice time lately. Gonna watch it again. The puck comes in front of the net. First, there's the big save, and Jason Converse says, hi, how are you?
For Jason Converse on the season, he picks up his first goal.
17, Jason Converse, assisted by number 9, Corey David, and number 3, Frank Joy.
David and Joy, Corey David and Frank Joy pick up assists.
And that is Jason Converse's
First goal on the year.
I think the first of the season for him. I don't know. We'll have to check on that one.
Right.
I'll tell you, he is seeing more and more ice time for the Red Raiders.
Corey David picked up an assist.
Coach Tim Long must have something up his sleeve with Jason Converse.
So the Red Raiders now back in the lead. That was a power play goal. And we have 10:25 remaining here in our third period. And it is now 5-4. Here's a shot. It goes off the goalpost. Wow. Kevin Golder really let that puck fly. He can really shoot the puck.
Man, you can hear that all the way back here when that hit the goalpost.
He has very, very strong wrist. Watch Kevin Golder snap this one off.
We're going to look at this again.
Look at this. If we see it, boom. He just lets it go.
Boy, I'll tell you, T-Ball didn't have much time to think about where he was going to stand to stop that one.
I'm very impressed with Kevin Golder. He's a good one. 10:18 remaining. Red Raiders fortunate that they're still in the lead here as the goaltender's best friend, the goalposts, come into play there as...
That's been a friend and a foe this season to them. I don't think I can remember as many times as that's happened this season, the puck rattling off the goalposts.
Brooke Tebow elects to cover up here. 9:59 remaining. Third period. We'll be back after this. St. Francis controlling the puck. Taken away now. Scott Service sends the length of the ice, and the Red Raiders will be called for icing. 9:39 remaining here in our hockey game. 5-4 is the score. St. Francis defeated Messina earlier in the year in the first game that these teams played this season. St. Francis defeated Messina 4-3 in that game. I believe it was the St. Joe's tournament down in Buffalo. And the rematch here this afternoon, and it's been an excellent one. St. Francis trying to work out from behind their own goal, but Chris Alvarez could not.
St. Francis looking for the big wraparound again right there, Chip, but it didn't pan out.
Jeff Lakaprusha stopped at the Red Raider line. John Bowers, you know, what he said before the game to us in our little interview is exactly what you see. Everybody can play, and there's no doubt about it. He's only brought 12 players on the trip with him, and One reason being injuries and whatnot, but all 12 of these guys can certainly play, and so can the goaltenders.
Well, he has another team. He mentioned something about another team when I had a chance to chat with him about he has another team that he can draw from in case of injuries and so on, but that team is having one whale of a season, and he doesn't want to have to draw 2 or 3 players out of that and mess that season up for them. So he has graciously decided to play with the players that he has.
Chad Schneider. In the corner, Frank Joy. Rook Thibault sweeps the puck into the corner.
We might want
Joy
to...
is checked by Rob Strickler. Now Kevin Golder behind the net. Into the slot. Rook Thibault with a big save.
Big save by Thibault right there.
Good job by, I believe it was Chet Wright, who moved in from the point into the slot area. Ooh, now it's Grisbaum, a shot, he scores! George Grisbaum, and it appeared as though maybe St. Francis wouldn't even get a shot away as Grisbaum ran into his own teammate.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to get it off, but we have seen some strange goals today, and you might as well add just another one to it.
So Grisbaum scores to tie it once again at 5-5 with 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining.
Here, we'll get a look at it again, and boy, I'll tell you, you're right, Chip. You didn't think they'd be able to get that off. What a goal. There it is once again.
St. Francis goal scored by number 4, George Grisbaum.
So
Assisted by
Grisbaum
number 18,
gets the goal. Strickler gets the assist. And we are tied once again. Now we have a whistle as Jason Converse is going towards the net. And Chuck Bronowski makes the save and covers up.
Excuse me, Chip. I want to revert back to what I was saying earlier, that Coach Bowers has got another team that he can draw from. We want to make it clear to everybody that I believe there's 5 different varsity squads that play for St. Francis. Last season, they had 2 of their varsity squads get into the playoffs, and the school was just elated at that. Now, a lot of people can't understand how that can be, but they do have 5 varsity squads at that school.
From the draw here, 7:46 remaining. Dion trying to keep the puck in the zone. At center ice, P.J. Rochford. Red Raiders playing without the services here in this third period of Ryan Kerwin, who is injured. We believe it might be a shoulder. And we hope that it is only a temporary loss and just a minor injury, so that Ryan Kerwin can continue to be in this Red Raider lineup, as he is going to be a member of the Chicago Showcase tournament, member of the New York entry.
And I'm sure he does not want to miss that that event.
Rook Thibault stopped the puck behind the net. Red Raiders play it to center, and now they change on the fly. 6:45 remaining. We're tied 5-5. Here comes Chris Faddy, or check that, Nick Faddy to center. Offsides is called at the blue line. On our Brazier Quick Stop scoreboard, we are tied.
And I didn't think we'd see this afternoon, with the 2 top-rated teams in the state, a 10-goal game so far. But we have seen just exactly that, and we have seen some very physical play out there.
From the draw, Chad Schneider. Puck deflects along with the glass and out of play. The first time these 2 teams met, Rook Thibault had played goal and made 22 saves. The net in the 4-3 loss.
Well, he's made 15 going into this period, and 19 for the St. Francis goalie, and it really is.
This has been a very, very entertaining hockey game.
It certainly has. I guess I was looking for the word to describe it. I didn't know. I guess that would be the best word right there.
Bronowski will cover up the puck, and then Tim O'Shea skates in and puts a little snow into the face of the St. Francis goaltender.
I wonder if the penalty can be called for snow squalling. And Timmy couldn't believe it, but he's not arguing about it, and off he goes.
As a penalty is called to Tim O'Shea.
Josh Spanberg over and talking to the official.
Maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
That more than likely will be the call. You're right, Chip. We'll have to wait and see. Well, I'd like to thank everybody that I've seen during the week out there and all the nice compliments they've given us here at Edwards Production Sports and how they've enjoyed our hockey telecasts. Keep those cards and letters coming.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. Down to 6:05 in our hockey game, in St. Francis with a big power play opportunity here. Shamaga plays the puck in deep. It's Chris Shamaga out there along with Ron Smith, Kevin Golder, Jeff Lacafrusha, I should say. And
I can't believe you'd mispronounce that name. You've done a sensational job with it the whole game.
Chris Alvarez also out there. And the Red Raiders countering here with Mike Dion, PJ Rochford, Josh Spanberg. I set service.
I shouldn't laugh.
5:26 to play. Third period. We'll be back right after this.
Messina Big M tries hard to accommodate all their customers, both in groceries and accommodations. Senior citizens, remember our carryout service, competitive prices, and customer order meets. Why be forced to buy more than you need? Watch for exciting major remodeling coming soon. One-stop shopping with small store convenience. Make Messina Big M your store. Locally owned and operated, and located at 232 North Main Street in Messina.
My apologies to Jeff Lacafrusha, as I just put the A and the U in a different place that time.
How could you possibly ruin a perfect record like that on the names?
We have a timeout right here called, and with 5:26 remaining in our hockey game, John Bowers is talking to his hockey team. As you see him right down huddled along with his players. And a moment ago, you saw Tim Long. There's the head coach for the Messina Central Red Raiders.
Well, Coach Tim Long has had a very talented squad this season. He's had a plethora of great players. Again, we haven't received any more update on Ryan Kerwin, but we don't see him out there on the bench at all, even sitting there. So apparently he has
injured his shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, we don't know how severe that injury is. We haven't been given an update at all on that injury.
Well, Ryan Kerwin has ice on his shoulder. He is standing behind Tim Long over at the Red Raider bench.
Yes, there's Ryan Kerwin in the red jacket behind the bench. And you're right, a very observant Chip Chapman with a keen eye today.
Just look down there, and
I got to start eating more carrots.
That's spotted the Red Raider defenseman. So 28 seconds remaining on the St. Francis power play. This is Ron Smith. He'll play into the Red Raider zone. Mike Dion doesn't waste any time. Plays it to the point, but not out. Now Alvarez feeds Golder. Tries to center in front for Shamaga, who is breaking to the net. Broken up by the Red Raiders. Shamaga comes up with a loose puck. Shamaga in front of the backhand, and Brooke Tebow comes up big on that St. Francis scoring attempt. Tim O'Shea back out on the ice, and the Red Raiders at full strength. Down to 4:35 in our third period. Jamie Courier has trouble with a puck. Kevin Golder comes away. Golder has teammate Shamaga going to the net. Now Shamaga ridden out of the play neatly by Rochford. Shamaga feeds in front, but only the Red Raiders are there. And here's Josh Spanberg with Courier. Spanberg, a pass, good anticipation. Chet Wright intercepts. Wright sends Shamaga back the other way. Shamaga in over the line, poke checked away, and St. Francis will have to.
Almost NHL-style play, end-to-end action there.
Yes. Frankie Joy with a puck. Frank Joy Plays into the St. Francis zone, 3:50 remaining. Third period. We're still tied. Mike LaPointe now for Seth Service. Service will skate the center. He's got LaPointe joining the play. Here's the shot.
Oh.
Branowski
Wow.
steers to the corner. Service has Mike LaPointe going into the slot area. Spanberg for Frank Joy. Joy shot. George Grisbaum deflects that away. Grisbaum, who has a goal in this hockey game for St. Francis. Icing is waved off. Chad Schneider's check from behind. Josh Spanberg dangerously backhands in front of his own goal here from the Red Raiders. Mike LaPointe. LaPointe with a wrist shot to save Nate. The rebound is fired over the net by Seth Service. He had the goaltender down. Spanberg, a shot. The rebound, Seth Service. Banned on that rebound attempt as he had the goaltender down. Red Raiders speed in front, nobody there. That will give Lacaprucia an opportunity to clear. Down to 2:35 remaining.
And St. Francis wanted a line change in the worst way right there. The Red Raiders run them ragged there down at their own end.
St. Francis going with Shamaga, Buxton, Alvarez, Lacaprucia, and Smith. Red Raiders countering with Converse, Pribble, Dion. Out to Corey David. This is David with a puck right on net. But a high shot, and Branowski will make the save and hold on for a faceoff.
What an opportunity right there. Corey David saw that puck come back. There was nobody around. He decided to skate right in with it and took a nice shot, but another great save. And I don't know, we look at this game, and it's 5-5, but we've seen some fantastic saves by both goalies this afternoon, Chip.
Nice crowd on hand this afternoon, too. You look around here at the Massena Arena, people enjoying this high school hockey game. Battle a couple of top teams in New York State here this afternoon. Ron Smith for St. Francis, a pass center ice intended for Kevin Golder. And icing is called against St. Francis as they were looking for a big breakout pass that time, trying to catch the Red Raider defenseman at the blue line.
Interesting interviews, interesting people in the medical profession. You won't want to miss out on it right here on WEBT TV 24 with Focus on MMH Daily, as Tina Corcoran has some interesting people on. That's Focus on MMH Daily here on WEBT TV 24. A sharp angle shot by Les Pribble and an easy save for netminder Chuck Branowski. Now back to the other end. Oh, Brooke Zebo had a little trouble with a shot. Fortunately, it went wide of the net though. Corey David in over the line. David is slowed up by Chris Alvarez. Kevin Golder along the boards. Schneider holding it in. Red Raiders keep the puck in. Tribble going to the bench as the Red Raiders changing on the fly. Chad Wright for St. Francis. Now for Smith. Cross ice intercepted. Seth Service had it momentarily. Now Chris Alvarez feeds Smith. Center ice right on the stick of Shamaga. There's Shamaga in over the line. Poke check here from the Raiders. 2-on-1. Seth Service. Now Lacaprucia joins the play. Seth Service had a poke check off his stick by George Grisbaum. Boy, Lacaprucia got back real fast right there.
Here's LaPointe. Feeds Service. This is Josh Spanberg. Lacaprucia only gets in front of Spanberg for a second. Spanberg plays it around the boards. We're under a minute. We're under half a minute, as a matter of fact. Down to 20 seconds. Spanberg in. Spanberg takes a shot. It's poke checked away. We are 15 seconds from possible overtime. This is Rochford. Rochford plays the puck in deep. St. Francis will just play along the boards. 3 seconds. 2. Red Raiders. Seth Service trying to shoot right on net as the buzzer goes. And we're going to go to overtime.
Well, it doesn't surprise me any. You take a look at the way that these two teams have played, but each time, I think throughout this game, that Massena has come through and scored a goal, St. Francis has answered immediately after that.
Maybe We will take a commercial break, and let's see, seeing if we're going to go into overtime or not. Tied at 5-5. Well, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Massena Arena. Chip Chapman along with Jamie Davis, and we're gonna see our second overtime of this week.
Maybe it's us, Chip. I don't know. They just seem to.
Well, there was a discussion as head coach John Bowers and Timmy Long talked, and for a moment it didn't look like we were going to play overtime.
I think the discussion was just simply this: do you want to play some overtime and see if we can decide this? And I think they both agreed that they'd like to do that. I'm sure both teams want to do that. If you kind of take a poll right now, let's take a look at the saves in that period. St. Francis 13 and Massena 4.
And we were tied after 2 periods, 4-4, and just a goal apiece in that third period.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been. The funny thing about this game has been, really, I can't say that because we've seen some really weird things in this game, but how quickly St. Francis answered with a goal. Like Massena would score and St. Francis would come right back with a goal. They don't waste any time. It's like about a minute and a half to 2 minutes later, they come right back again. And as you mentioned, Chip, we've seen some pretty weird goals in this game. And I've never seen so many long shots taken and go in on goal, too.
Well, we've seen everything here today. We've seen several penalties called, but
there's been no lack of physical play or checking in this game, that's for sure.
Well, we have this chance. We want to tell you that this telecast is an Edwards Productions, and any use or other use of the pictures, retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Edwards Productions is strictly prohibited. Our cameramen have been Chris Tabor and Gary Edwards, and our game has been produced and directed by Mr. Chad Edwards.
Well, I think the people at home have been thoroughly entertained with this one today.
This has been very entertaining. High school hockey. From the draw, the Red Raiders will play the puck for Seth Service. We are in overtime. Service moving in for Mike LaPointe. Broken up. St. Francis will play the puck to center. St. Francis with only 12 skaters and 2 goaltenders, and after playing last night, in less than 24 hours ago, playing here again this afternoon now, got to be a pretty tired hockey club, but...
Well, you take a look at what's at stake here. Massena lost to St. Francis the first time around. They want the win real bad, and it wouldn't... St. Francis, I'm sure, would be very pleased to sweep Massena for 2 this year.
A pass for Nick Fatty. Fatty has a little trouble controlling it. Brooke Tebow Edwards goal. Oh, Fatty sent it through the goal crease.
And you know, that was pretty dangerous. Tebow was skating back to his net, and he almost deflected it in.
It was close. Red Raiders send the puck the length of the ice.
And if it had ended that way, it wouldn't have surprised me any. We've seen some pretty weird goals, and that would have been the icing on the cake right there.
There you see our score in a Brazier Quick Stop scoreboard. Recapping the scoring summary in this game now. Tim O'Shea has a goal for his 3rd. As we get a look at the replay again,
watch him skate back, and boy, that is dangerous. Skating backwards like that, if that puck had hit the back of his skates, it might have gone in.
Nick Fatty just missed winning this game for St. Francis right there a moment ago. St. Francis to the side of the net. Tebow can't catch the puck. Now it's Grisbaum deep, a shot, and Brooke Tebow this time makes the save, and he covers up on George Grisbaum as you saw the St. Francis player move in from the point and take that pass. And Brooke Tebow with a big save there for Massena.
Key game saver right there by Tebow. Probably, maybe the save of the game right there for Massena. Battle of the Red Raiders.
Yes, St. Francis against Massena. Recapping the scoring once again, O'Shea has his 3rd goal of the season for Massena. Mike LaPointe's picked up 2 goals, his 15th and 16th on the year. Corey David has scored his 9th. For Massena, Jason Converse scored his 1st goal on the year. Corey David with a big check behind the net. David has a man in front, and a shot. Ranowski to save, and the rebound, a scramble. And it is kept out of the goal.
My, what a save by Bronowski. This guy is unbelievable in the net. You really have to work to get one by him.
I might have said service a moment ago. It was Les Pribble
Watch this,
that had the
David.
chance. Watch.
Takes the
Corey
puck.
David right in front. Great pass. Chuck Baranowski stayed with the puck all the way.
And Pribble at point-blank range, too. Corey David started that play with that huge check in back of the net. And when he got it back out in front of Pribble, there was Pribble saying, aha!
Down to 3:20 in overtime. Second time the Red Raiders have been in overtime this week. Of course, they lost an exciting 1-5-4 here on Wednesday night to Potsdam. This is Jamie Courier. Courier spins around. Now Chet Wright for Ron Smith. A breakout pass intended for Kevin Golder, but a good play by Mike Guyon. Guyon went down on one knee to block up that pass. Now Darren Realm with a shot fired wide. The rebound, Kevin Golder scores! Kevin Golder.
And we've got some activity now.
As St. Francis defeat the Messina Central Red Raiders 6-5 in overtime. And after the whistle, we had some
Big-time extracurricular
extra
activity.
stuff going on, but St. Francis, there you see a very happy hockey team.
There's the goal again.
And a
There's the
strange
shot.
goal to end it. There you go. Look, Kevin Golder played it in front and went off of Brooke Tebow and into the net. So a tough way for the Red Raiders
There's the scramble afterwards in front of the net.
to lose this one. And St. Francis draw a split in their weekend trip up here.
Well, I'll tell you, St. Francis, they knew they were in a battle today. And these two teams have had two unbelievable battles out there this season. And both teams have played excellent hockey here this afternoon. Very fast-paced, very physical, and I'm sure this is not the last time we're going to have these two teams meet with each other anywhere.
So once again, our final score, as you see the coaches shaking hands on the ice. The Messina Central Red Raiders lose this one to St. Francis in overtime by the score of 6-5. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our telecast this afternoon of high school hockey here on Edwards Productions Television. And once again, for my colleague Jamie Davis and our entire Edwards Production Sports crew, I'm Chip Chapman. See you later, everybody. Once again, St. Francis defeats Messina in overtime 6-5.